Good morning and afternoon and evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
We're mighty proud to be here.
We're proud to be here.
As we always say at our age, we're proud to be anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. We made it through the weekend.
Absolutely.
Speaking about the weekend, we had South Jackson Goes Country over here, and Peggy produced that show and been working on it for what now? At least 2 months hard.
I've quit thinking about it. So
and but we had a great weekend.
We did. We had a great
weekend.
Yeah.
Had a lot of people. Had a lot of good performers and good performances, and it was a whole lot of fun.
I hope we made $1.
We might have made $1.
And we appreciate all the sponsors.
Sure,
oh my gosh.
Sure.
I need to always say that, and everybody involved. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, and while we're on South Jackson, I want to remind everybody that Thursday night, absolute virtuoso guitar player Richard Smith will be at South Jackson, and his wife, who is a cellist, who plays for the Nashville String Machine.
Yeah.
And who is the string group that does all of the string sections on all the music up there.
They're
and
wonderful.
They are absolutely phenomenal. They will be at South Jackson Thursday night. So we had it on a Thursday night.
$20 maybe?
$20, yeah.
Okay.
Had it on Thursday night to where maybe Friday night and Saturday night activities wouldn't get in the way, because Chet Atkins single-handedly picked Richard as a virtuoso when he was a kid. He's a Brit. And Chet said at one time, Richard Smith plays Chet Atkins better than I play Chet Atkins.
Maybe he'll do a movie or something on Chet Atkins. That's
might,
yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to play. You can go online and see him. Richard Smith, he does a lot of Beatles stuff. He does. When I heard him play, he sat down there. One song he did was Segovia, and the next thing he did was
something like that.
The next thing he did was Merle Travis.
Right.
So the guy can do it all. So that'll be at South Jackson on Thursday night.
You were talking about the weekend. Our weekend actually started today earlier. Well, you guys were still practicing. You were doing dress rehearsal on Thursday, weren't you?
Thursday dress rehearsal. Sunday till the sun went down, we were cleaning up.
Yeah. You know, we had a big election on Thursday, and part of that's still not over, because the 4th District Congressman, there's 35 votes there in between the separating.
So are they recounting? What happens?
Well, yes, they're double checking their numbers. However, it'd be highly unlikely in today's electronic age that they're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a question of provisional ballots, and provisional ballots means that if you show up at the polls and for some reason or other your registration doesn't show up in the right place or something, or you don't have a photo ID, which is required now to vote, and if you don't have that, they'll let you go ahead and vote. But
did they take that out?
No. What happens? You had until Monday night, last night, to bring a photo ID in there in order for your vote to count. So I think there were I believe some source was saying there were like 90 of those, and of course it'd be highly unlikely that all of them would go to one candidate or the other.
That'd be interesting to find out.
And then if that doesn't,
and that race was to Desjardins
and Jim Tracy for the 4th Congressional District, which Tullahoma was in forever until the last couple of years.
Did we decide we had a good turnout?
The turnout was about 34%, so that's about 1 out of 3 voted, which actually is a good. It's a good turnout
for us. Yeah, we're usually running at about what 17, 18,
less than 20.
Less than 20%. So that was good.
Glad to hear it.
That was good.
People ought to vote.
Oh, they need to vote. I don't think you can complain when you vote.
They should study the candidates and the issues and.
Mayor Curley was reelected. He was awful happy about that. He came by the studio, so I guess that means that Winston Brooks' job is safe for another 3 years. What do you think?
I think it might be.
I'm kidding about that. That has nothing to do with anything. That doesn't work. That doesn't work that way in Tullahoma anymore. So anyway, thank you very much. It was given to me by one of my granddaughters.
Yeah, I love it.
And your granddaughter was on the country show.
I understand that.
Were you there, Sonny? You weren't there.
I was not able to make that. No.
She has a beautiful voice. I mean, it runs in the family, obviously. You sing, your daughter sings, your son-in-law sings. That's a singing.
And I hated that I missed that. Of course, I've heard them do that song together a number of times.
Did a beautiful job.
And between the elections and then the chief of police in Tullahoma created all this drama on Saturday, and and I was trying to deal with that. And there were several things going on, and I just finally had to think, I'm going to have to take some time and sit down and actually do some administrative work in order for.
We even had a little issue on Saturday night. I don't know if you were still there when I called the police to see if they just run through the building. We had a little issue going on.
Yeah. So.
It's kind of a wild night.
Hey, we've got a great show today. We have all kinds of people who are going to be here, so we're going to move right on into it. Folks, after these quick commercial messages, we will be right back with the rest of today's show. Don't leave. It's going to be fast, furious, and fun. Guaranteed. Be right back.
It's a Kia Cadenza kind of day at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. This luxurious Kia has too many features to mention, with prices starting as low as $33,943. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. We have a huge selection to choose from here at Russell Barnett Kia, and mention this ad and receive an additional $500 off your next Kia Cadenza purchase. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units with some special financing through the end of June. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is our segment called Police Pointers, hosted by our good friend, Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell, who actually was involved in some drama this past Saturday, and I said that he created it. He actually didn't create it, but you did have to deal with it, and which doesn't often happen in Tullahoma. So tell our viewers what happened.
Well, we did on Saturday. We had a incident at the Walmart store on North Jackson where an employee had discovered a suspicious package, and that started a chain of events that kind of created, as you said, some drama. Anytime a suspicious package is discovered, then we have to think the worst.
Sure.
And the worst, of course, being that it's placed there in order to do some damage. And as we all see, there's been so many instances where a suspicious package has turned out to be someone's lunch or someone's backpack they forgot, or but you still have to treat that with utmost urgency. So that happened. The police got called. The officer that arrived looked at the package, and he believed it looked suspicious.
Which was ultimately proved to be, it did look, it was
suspicious. Yes.
Big time.
So when the officer noticed that it was suspicious, he notified the store management. Store management put their evacuation plan into action. It was their decision to evacuate. We don't tell someone to evacuate. And I'll explain a little bit about that. But so the store was evacuated at about 3:20 in the afternoon. The police department and the fire department and emergency management set up a perimeter to keep people out, so that obviously we didn't know what we had, so we had to have a safe zone basically. Because it was a suspicious package, it had the visible components that you may attribute to a bomb. We called the Highway Patrol Bomb Squad, and they arrived, 2 technicians. They looked at it and said, yeah, it looks kind of suspicious.
Right.
And then they do what they're trained to do. They donned their equipment. They took an x-ray machine. They x-rayed it and still came back that this is something we probably don't need to move. So they used a high-pressure blast of water to, and I hate to use the word explode it because people think it exploded, but to destroy the package. Mm-hmm. And then they were able to pick up the remnants of it and to look at it a little bit closer. They did not find any explosive element in it, no gunpowder, no plastic, anything of that nature. But it did have all the working components of battery, switches, electrical, that had there been gunpowder or some other form of explosive in there, that it could be a functioning bomb. So once that was destroyed, we were able to give the all clear to Walmart. Walmart did a check of their business to see if there was anything inside that looked suspicious to them, and when it wasn't, they were given the all clear from our standpoint, and they reopened the store about 6:30. Mm-hmm. So it was closed down for about 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
That's a huge loss of revenue for that business, I would imagine. But certainly, I would imagine in a case like that, you got to think about people before you do.
You do, and going back to what we said, that it's Walmart that made the decision to evacuate,
right?
Because as you said, there's a big revenue stream that was shut down for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and it's like any other place where there may be a suspicious package. We don't know what is suspicious because we're not in that environment every day. Mm-hmm. If you were to find something in here, you're the best expert in this building as to what's suspicious.
Sure.
So we have to rely on the business owner, be it the school, the movie theater, the hospital, whatever, for those people to say, this looks out of place, this does not look normal, and then we have to, then working with the management, let them decide, do we need to evacuate? Do you need to evacuate? And we help with that process.
And so Walmart actually had a plan for evacuation? They knew.
As most businesses, they have plans for disasters. And, I don't want to get into what Walmart's plan is.
Absolutely. But,
pretty much any business that's got employees has got some kind of evacuation plan, be it a fire drill, evacuation for something else, a bomb, things of that nature.
You mentioned, and I don't want to compromise any sort of security thing or anything, so you choose whether you want to answer or not. But you mentioned that they X-rayed it. Did they actually have to physically walk up to it to X-ray it?
Yeah,
they did. Okay.
The trooper actually had to get up there close to it to look at it, and to very similar to what we would see in an X-ray, the big sheet places a sheet behind it, has a camera in front of it, and takes a picture of it.
Right.
And then he took it back to his vehicle, ran it through their little portable X-ray machine, and showed up on the laptop, what the components and everything were. So it's pretty high tech. I mean, the big thing is that the trooper wore the proper equipment.
Oh, okay.
You hear of these things of people walking up and maybe opening it up to look at it, or moving it, shaking it, and we in emergency services, and I'm looking out at the Manchester Fire Chief, cringe when we hear of people that pick up something.
Yeah.
And then they want to bring it into your office and say, I found this. And it's like, take it back outside where you got it. But, and people will tell us, well, I'm an electrician, I've got some explosive training, I've got this and that. But, I tell them, well, that should tell you just enough to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Let the experts that have the equipment. I mean, they were wearing their bomb suits, the heavy blast resistant, the helmets, the face shield, the proper equipment to deal with something like that. And, so anyone that's watching this, if you see something suspicious, step away from it. Leave it alone. Let the trained experts with the proper equipment deal with it. I would shudder, too, if I heard one of my police officers went up there and looked at, got down and opened it up, or looked in it,
Absolutely.
or shook it. You'd want to bring them in and ask them what was going through your mind. If we think it's suspicious, leave it alone.
Yeah, and that's good advice, folks.
And we would like to tell that to all businesses, whatever shape, size. If you see something suspicious, do the right thing. Call the police, and the fire department will arrive. The EMS will arrive. We'll make sure that we have the proper equipment and the people there to deal with this. We don't want anyone to get hurt. And unfortunately, Walmart was shut down for a large amount of time. But as you said, the safety of their customers is paramount, and I'm sure they know that.
This investigation, I assume, is still going on because whoever did that obviously caused a lot of issues, and I assume there are penalties for that.
Well, there are. If we find that it was a criminal act, that there was intent, then there is a repercussion. But the other residual effect is everybody that left Walmart went to other grocery stores.
Yeah.
And from what I'm hearing, those other grocery stores were just packed with people standing in line and everything. So, bad for that one store.
Good.
These other stores, I don't want to say reap the benefit. That sounds bad, but so it did. As you said, the effects were just not just at that one shopping center, but felt throughout the community.
And Chief, I just want to say I was fortunate enough to be able to speak with you just as that incident was resolved. And I thought our police and fire departments in Tullahoma just did an excellent job of not panicking and keeping everybody back and keeping everybody safe and dealing with that whole situation.
I think the situation turned out well. And as you said, when you get 2, 3, or 4 organizations working together and it works well, then that's success.
Yes, absolutely.
And if this turns out it was not intended to be a bomb or anything, okay, we still did it in the right manner, and the organizations that participated did it in the right fashion.
It was good rehearsal for the real thing.
That's exactly right.
Chief, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Again, a great job in doing that. Folks, we'll be right back with more living right after these messages.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No 2 visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm pleased to have George DeShields with me today, and he is the fire chief for the city of Manchester. And George, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You have a great project that's getting ready to happen this week.
This week, yes.
And what's going on?
We're going to be supporting MDA and doing the Fill the Boot drive. We're going to start on Thursday, so it'll be running Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So all 3 of our shifts will have an opportunity to collect funds to help support MDA. And this is the 60th year that the firefighters and MDA have partnered together. And so we wanted to try and show our support this year and get out and do what we can to help raise money to help with MDA research, help send kids to camp, and whatever else we can do.
So, do you actually have a boot that you're going to take around? And
yes, we do. We're going to have firefighters dressed in MDA T-shirts, They'll be at the intersection of 55 and 41 in Manchester, and they'll all have a boot and just ask folks to give donations. Yeah.
Well, that's a great idea. And you say this has been 60 years that first responders and firefighters have worked with the muscular dystrophy group. Is this the first year for Manchester to be involved?
No. In the past, we've done a chili cook-off on the square and used the proceeds from the chili cook-off for it.
Okay.
We've also went to Walmart and collected money at Walmart at the doors. But we thought this year we'd do a little differently and try and go out on the streets and meet people out there and take donations out and fill the boots. Yes.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and it's a good deal, and it gets your guys out in front of the public,
right?
And the public has an opportunity to look at them in another way other than in a uniform as a first responder. Right. These people are taking on an obligation to help somebody else.
Right. We're just trying to again do our part and support the MDA this year.
Well, that's great. And how long have you been in this position of fire chief in Manchester?
I've been chief for just a little over a year now.
Well, good for you. Yeah. Congratulations. Things going okay?
Going well, yes.
I heard that you've got some kind of special training that's going to happen next week as well.
We do. Next week we're bringing in the Tennessee State Fire Academy, and they're going to teach a class on 3 days next week, and it's on new modern structural firefighting attack. In the past, the products that were used in homes gave you a little bit more time to get out if things caught on fire. You had about 17 minutes in the 70s and 80s. Now, with the majority of the products being petroleum-based, carpets and furniture and things like that, you have about 3 minutes from the time your smoke detector activates. So we've got to change our tactics so that we can take care of our customers when there is an emergency.
Yeah, so if something's burning in 3 minutes instead of 17, there's a different way that you go about fighting that situation and winning that situation.
Right. To keep the public safe and then to protect ourselves as well. Yeah. We do have gear that we wear and everything, kind of like what Chief Blackwell talked about, our protective equipment, but it can only do so much. So to aid us and give us a different advantage, we're going to do some training and hopefully change our tactics to make things safer for us and for the public.
All right, and you're going to fill the boot.
Yes, we are.
This weekend. Filling the boot Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Manchester. Find a way, find these guys, and put something in the boot.
Please come out.
All right?
Yes.
George DeShields, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your service.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Trucks! Trucks!
The #1 selling truck for 35 years straight, the Ford F-Series, can be found at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. We have a huge selection of over 100 trucks to choose from, with Ford manufactured rebates and incentives up to $10,000 or 0% financing available. Now is the time to buy. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, and remember,
trucks! Trucks!
And more trucks! Why buy anywhere else?
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back. I'm always excited to have Hands-On Science Center represented here, and I have Scott Rydell ready to tell us lots of things. Some stuff going on. Right?
We've got a lot going on. I mean, I had to write it all down because we had so many things going on. The first thing coming up is August 23rd. It's our 19th birthday celebration. It's going to be free to the public that day. That's Saturday, so no admission cost. So
what time do you open?
We open up at 10 o'clock. The festivities really get underway about 11 to 4, but we'll be open at 10 o'clock. Be finishing up some stuff.
For all ages?
All ages, free to the public. We're going to have discounted memberships that day also. We're going to have free drinks, free snacks. Fire department's bringing their bounce house in, so that'll be fun. And there's going to be a lot of fun activities. But it's our 19th birthday celebration, so if you've never been out there or haven't been out there in a long time, please stop by for a visit.
August 25th,
August 23rd.
23rd, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, Saturday. And like I said, the next thing is October 25th, which is our huge fundraiser. And that's our Science of Wine and Brew.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's our really big fundraiser, and it's going to be on a Saturday. Also, needless to say, it's for 21 and older, but it's our fundraiser, and we're going to have samplings of wine and craft beers, domestic and international wines, gourmet food samplings, entertainment, auctions.
And you probably require upfront tickets?
Yes, we'll be selling tickets. Like I said, just put that on your calendar because we'll be selling tickets here very, very soon. Okay. We're also looking for sponsors and silent auction items. But it's a really fun night. It starts at 7 o'clock till 10, but it's a really, really fun night.
That's a wonderful opportunity to support the Hands-On Science Center for our children and our adults.
Yes, and that's what we're trying to get here. We're trying to get basically some community support there to help us out and keep the because right now our family membership is only $55. That's one of the lowest in the regions. Our admission price is only $5 per person, 3 and older.
And people need to remember that gets you in a lot of other facilities across the nation.
That gets you access to over 300 other museums nationwide.
That's wonderful.
And like I said, even our admission cost is only $5 for 3 and older, and even that's even one of the lowest in the region. If you've ever been to some of the other ones, a whole lot more. So we try to keep that, and the reason we do that is we keep our costs as low as possible because we want as many people as possible to come to the Hands-On Science Center. But also, if you get a membership, you get discounts on birthday parties, which we do birthday parties also. Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday 1 to 5, but we're closed on Mondays.
So you can go almost any time.
Oh yeah.
And I know you encourage schools to bring groups of children, and I know they do.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them do.
Last year we had over 80 field trips at the Hands-On Science Center. We serve 11 counties. For the last 2 years in a row, we've had over 20,000 visitors each year, and about 12,500 of those were children.
That's wonderful.
So we're really
it really speaks well.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. We also have started up our Whiz Kid and Homeschool program again. On the third Friday of every month is our homeschool program, where children 1st through 6th, 7th grade can come and do some experiments and learn some more about science. Our second Wednesday of every month is our Whiz Kids program, and it's another, once again, it's another day 1st through 6th grade.
I'm sure you have a website.
Yes.
And there must be lots of people that would like to can't get all this in their head right now.
Oh, I know. Like I said, there's so many things going on. Yeah, there's so many things going on. You can go to our website. Also, I always tell people, if you're online and on Facebook, please like us on Facebook, because that's where we put almost like the current information, because we have so much going on.
So all these do type in Hands-On Science Center.
Facebook. We'll pop up on Facebook, and you can just sit there, and that's where our daily stuff will be.
And you can see everything that's going on.
Yeah, because like I said, whether it's a star party, a story time, which is the second Tuesday of each month. And
it seems like you have a lot of really good programs.
We have a lot of things going on, and we want to make sure as many people know about them as possible.
And what's your newest animal on board?
Oh, we've got 2 new animals right now. We've got a new albino hedgehog named Albert. He's just moody. And we've also got a new sugar glider named Ting Ting.
I don't know what a sugar glider is.
Oh, it's from Australia. It's like a little flying squirrel.
Oh,
best way to do it. It's just adorable. Got huge eyes. As soon as you see it one time, it'll just.
What's his name?
Ting Ting.
Oh, Ting Ting.
Yeah. Between that and the hedgehog, we've got a lot of animals now. So, but they're all unfortunately a lot of them are nocturnal, which so they get a little moody when I get there in the morning. So, but we have a lot of great animals there, and it's any chance you can come by.
We're so fortunate to have a Hands-On Science Center in our region for a small town. I think it's wonderful.
Like I said, I really enjoy it, and like I said, it's every day when I'm there. It's usually hard to get the kids to leave. When you see the parents want to take them out of there, I always tell them you usually have to promise them ice cream or something to eat to get them out of there.
Something really special because there's a lot to do at the Hands-On Science Center.
They do not want to leave. Yeah, it's a great place to visit.
Frankly, as an adult, I enjoy the Hands-On Science Center.
I tell people I get to play every day.
You get to play every day.
Yep.
Well, let's reiterate everything that's happening so that, especially your fundraiser, because I know you need lots of money, and I'm sure if you don't go to the fundraiser, there we go, there's a website. It would be a welcome sight if you just send a check.
Yes, honestly, like I said, any donations is encouraged and greatly appreciated. The Hands-On Science Center, like I said, does not receive any state or federal funding.
It's just totally
it's locally supported. In grants. I mean, it's that small admission price, that small membership fee, small staff, and a lot of volunteers and a lot of volunteer boards that keeps that thing going every single day for 19 years now.
So if somebody wants to set up a birthday party, they just call the Hands-On Science Center, check the calendar.
It's that simple. You just call the Hands-On Science Center. We see how many we usually can get about 6 in on a Saturday and about 3 on a Sunday. But honestly, if you need to do it during the week, that's fine.
There's a little special room where you can go and eat the birthday cake or whatever.
We've got 2 rooms off in the back, little birthday rooms. You get it for an hour and a half, and then the kids get to play at the center and the adults. I mean, honestly, on a birthday, you get the birthday child and 15 of their friends.
That's wonderful.
And the adults and grandparents that are with them.
What is the cost of that?
If you're a member, it's only $70. If you're a non-member, it's $95. But that's includes
a really good deal.
Everything, for that.
I'm assuming that you expect the people to pick up, but the cleanup is really
that really helps out with us.
It really helps out if people pick up because the price is low and you'd like to keep it low.
Yeah, and like I said, and one of the ways we keep our costs down, expenses down, and like that is we have a very small staff, and they do an unbelievable job. They are they're great, and but to help us keep the cost down, we clean up.
I have found that small staff usually work way beyond
very much
what they're required.
Yes, very much so.
As a general rule, I think the people in your outfit love what they do.
Yes, everybody loves it there.
They love being there, and it's a special gift to the community that they're willing to work like that.
I had one person recently who works there said, it's like working at Disneyland every day.
Love it.
Yeah, they love it there. So it's a really fun place to work, and it's even a more fun place to visit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Scott, thanks for being on the show, and if there's other information we need to throw out there, we'll do it, but certainly you need to belong to the Hands-On Science Center, whether you have a child or not. It doesn't matter. You're supporting other children to have a wonderful place to be entertained and educated.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott.
Well, thank you, Peggy. I appreciate
Keep it up.
Thank you.
We'll be back with other things.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, folks, we're back, and you know, one of the sponsors that we've had here on Charter Channel 6 for years has been Dr. Mike Long, and we are very excited to announce that this young man right here, Matt Thurman, young Tullahoma man, is coming back, and he is Mike Long's new associate at the dental practice. And Matt, welcome home, partner. Glad to see you.
It's sure good to be home.
I bet it is. Give us a little bit about what's happened to you since you left Tullahoma High School, playing football and shooting ducks. And
yes, sir.
Left and went to school.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've sat right here for the John Olive show. But after that time, I earned my bachelor's degree in microbiology at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. From there, I got accepted into dental school at Memphis. That's also the UT facility. So I spent 4 years down there earning my DDS degree. And of that 4 years, 2 were spent working in the Dunn Dental Clinic. And with that, we gave the opportunity for Memphis residents to come get their dental work at a reduced cost.
Right.
And we did a lot of charity work and stuff like that. And I've graduated there and since returned to my hometown to be able to serve the community any way I can.
Well, we're glad to have you come back. You know, it's great anytime we have our young people come back to town, and you know, going to work with Mike Long, Dr. Long, is probably a great thing. Mike's not only a good guy and a nice guy to be around, but he is an exceptional dentist.
Yes, sir. He's got he's been in practice for about 40 years, honestly, and the amount of experience you can gather through doing that is just phenomenal. I've told a lot of people it's kind of a cool thing. He's got the years of experience, and I've got some of the latest and greatest stuff out of school. So right. We're able to put our heads together on a lot of things and really work together. I've known Dr. Long since I was real little, so we have a real good rapport, and it's just everything's been going great so far. Like I said, I've been going about 2 months now here, so we're up and rolling.
Very good. Well, and your dad, Dr. Jim Thurman,
yes, sir,
had his oral surgeon,
yep,
and had a good relationship with Dr. Long, and they refer each other back and forth and everything, and
yep,
that's a great relationship there. So you're sort of, in a way, you're following the family trade.
I am. That is, like I said, as we discussed, my father is an oral surgeon. My great grandfather was also a dentist. So it's a long line of us coming down. I don't know, it must be something in the blood. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. And one thing I can remember is back when I was young and going to the dentist. I mean, that's back when they still had wires and the grinder. It's like a grinder, And the worst thing in the world was the shot. The shot was worse than anything. And when I first went to Mike Long, he is the first person that has ever given me a shot that I didn't feel. He's the best. He does something with his fingers, and he jiggles your jaw and squeezes a nerve or something in there, yep, to where when you don't know when you get your shot.
That's a good trick.
And that is absolutely phenomenal. And
yep,
here's a young Turk right here who's moved right in there with him. young, quick, smart, good hands, good mind, who is going to serve this community with Dr. Long, and think of all the stuff that you'll learn from him.
Goodness, I'm picking his brain every day.
Every day. And like you said, the new technology, and I'm sure like all technology in the dental practice, new things are happening all the time.
Yeah, all the time. That's what UT Memphis is really good about, staying up on new techniques and theories kind of going on. It's like, we kind of live in an ever-changing world that, the old stuff is a good standard, but there's all sorts of things going on, and myself and Dr. Long as well has kept up with that over the years.
Well, you have to.
Oh, you have to.
To be the best,
in
you
the
have
medical
to.
field.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be stupid. I asked that stupid question because I'm not a great technology person. Is laser involved in dentistry, or soon to be involved in dentistry?
Oh
now?
yes, sir. It is. There are certain procedures, and it's becoming more and more. But yes, we're starting to use lasers in dentistry to more soft tissue management than hard, as far as teeth. But there's definitely a place for it, and that's something that we're able to offer at Long. At our practice today.
Right,
so it's
very good. Y'all see what I just learned, and so did you. These young people are out there doing new things, better things, faster things, and good for your health. Now, if someone wanted to see Dr. Matt Thurman.
Yes, sir.
How do they go about finding you?
Well, the best thing for you to do would be to call our office. The number is 455-2595. If you're not familiar with where we're located, it's 211 East Lincoln Street, and that's right across from the Mills. A lot of people are familiar with the great food over there, which it's a great lunch spot for us.
Yeah.
But we're always accepting new patients. Love having new faces in the office, and if I could do anything to help, I would be more than glad. Just please give us a phone call, and we'd be glad to set you up with an appointment.
Okay. And I know with this ex-fullback linebacker back in town, you're ready for Wildcat football to start, I'm sure.
August 22nd.
That's it. A week from this coming Friday night. First game.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights right here in Tullahoma. Dr. Matt Thurman, thanks for being here, buddy.
Glad to be here.
Find this young man and let him work on you and for you for your dental health. I guarantee you they'll keep it as good as it can be at Dr. Long and now Dr. Thurman's office on Lincoln Street. We'll be right back after these messages.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Don't risk losing the Social Security disability benefits you have earned. I'm Russell Hedges with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law. I bring over 25 years of experience and dedication to your case. My Social Security team will walk you through the process. We can increase your chances of winning and maximize the benefits due to you. If we do not win, you will not owe us a fee. Call me, Russell Hedges, with Moore & Hedges, Attorneys at Law, for maximum returns and minimum concerns.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back. I've got a group here with me today that came in running and will probably leave running. Weston Brooks, he's always talking about fitness. I'd like for you to introduce your ladies.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Peggy. It's just great to be back here.
It's great to have you.
The City of Tullahoma is really excited about this new partnership they've got with the Mach 10 Running Club, and it's called Couch to 5K. And we've got Kim Childress and Melissa Miller from Mach 10. And Kim, could you tell us a little bit about the Couch to 5K?
Sure. It's going to start on August 25th, and we're going to start at the Tullahoma High School track.
Okay.
It's a 9-week program. We start with beginner runners, people that want to run that's never, didn't know how to get started, or they burn out quick because they're not using the right program. So it's a 9-week program.
Will you be running the track there?
Yes, and we will run every Monday night starting at 6:30. And it's a run-walk program. So the first week is 60 seconds of running and 90 seconds of walking.
So anybody ought to be able to do that?
Yes. And it progresses as the weeks go on. And they'll have two times a week, maybe on a Wednesday or Saturday, that they would do this on their own. And then Monday.
Come back with the group and try to keep up.
And the goal is to complete the Jack Dash, which is a 5K, which is 3.1 miles, in the end of October in Lynchburg.
And so you hope are you encouraging all ages?
Yes, all ages, all abilities come out.
All abilities come out, and it's not always who finishes first, but who completes the run.
Exactly. It's the finish that's important. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, and
trying to get people that have never run before, or folks that maybe ran years and years ago and have gotten out of the habit, hadn't done anything in a while, just trying to encourage people to get out and move. I mean, and in all honesty, if you're just interested in maybe walking a 5K,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Just
you don't have to
do
run.
it.
Get out and
As long
move.
as you do it.
Yeah, and like she said, it's alternating some run walk for a certain period of time, just short little bursts, and then walk for a little bit, and then run a little bit, and cover 20 or 30 minutes to progressing along.
Each meeting. To get a little bit more and a little bit more. Well, that's what they would encourage in any kind of therapy.
Yeah.
You start small and you keep building up until you're champion runner.
And we'll incorporate some stretching before and after, some static stretching and some dynamic stretching.
I think that's what people forget to do.
Yeah, that's important.
How important the stretching is for the muscles and the ligaments and all that.
And some core work at the end, because you need to have a good strong core to walk or run. So
you're hoping to have a crowd of people. There's no cost for this?
There's no cost. The only cost involved would be the registration fee for the run that we'll do at the end.
At the end.
And everybody that does that run would have that same registration fee. So, and and we'll ask them to go ahead and sign up early, so that sort of once you've got a little money on the line, sometimes it forces you to do something you might just decide, well, maybe I don't want to do that.
There's a huge payback for a free practice run all the time.
And the
payback is big.
The hope is you get, a group of people together and they begin to make friends, and we say you do it on your own, but there are other people out there doing it on their own, and they can get together maybe whatever time works best for them.
During the week. Well, I think that's a great program. I'm excited about that. Do you have a goal of how many people you hope will show up?
I'm hoping, I have a big goal, 25 or 30, I'm hoping, but it's going to be a blast, however many we have. So.
And if somebody doesn't happen to show up the first week, would you accept them later on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
so they could just pop in there at any time.
Yes.
And they might feel like they're behind, but they'll catch up.
And let me just interrupt for a second, because it's not just any 5K that we're trying to get them to finish. It's the Jack Dash, which is going to be a lot of fun. And it's down in Lynchburg, right?
I'm going to assume it's sponsored by Jack Daniels.
They're involved to some extent. It's in Jack Daniels, or in Lynchburg, and it's the weekend of the Jack Daniels barbecue.
Oh, okay.
So there's it starts really early that morning and sort of finish up, and it gives folks time to go and enjoy all the other barbecue festivities.
Sure, lots of stuff going
it's
on.
the biggest Saturday Lynchburg has all year.
Where do you run? Where do you start and where do you end in the big thing in October?
We start on the square in Lynchburg and run Main Street, which is not the main drag, is not 55 going through town, but the Main Street, which sort of runs behind town, basically to the end of Main Street, make a little loop through Woodard's parking lot, and then come back.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And there's prizes at the end of the
There's
run.
awards at the end for those that run fastest in their age group, and
everyone receives their Jack Dash shirt. Usually it's a tech shirt.
Yeah, and of course food and breakfast and
do you know
stuff.
what the fee is for that run?
It's $25 if they register early.
It's a real deal to be with wonderful people and just have a good old time.
To have 9 weeks of expert coaching and training from the Mach 10 Running Club, and to have these people out there, it's
And
well
I would
worth
think
the
people with
expense.
blood pressure problems, people with all kind of problems are going to feel better. They might get off their meds.
It's so important
How
to,
cool is that?
just get moving. You know, and
Oh,
the Get
yeah.
Fit Tullahoma is made possible by a grant from the health department, which is main mission is to for the Project Diabetes grant is to reduce obesity and diabetes in Coffee County. And this is just another program to do that. And you know, I like to say, you make a change you can live with, because this is an opportunity that no matter what your level, we want you to come out and just begin to take those first steps towards good health.
And sometimes it's just a matter of cutting off the TV and walking down the stairs and going out the door and just taking a few steps. I mean, that's all it takes.
The hardest part is getting there. If you can
It's
get to
getting
if you
there.
can get to the track and be there at 6:30, you know, that's
You
the
gotta
hardest
make it,
part
sure.
is to get there.
Well, I really truly appreciate this project, and I believe it's going to be a great success. You all are enthusiastic, obviously. You're runners already, and you've made a difference in our community by sponsoring this event. I love it. I think we're through.
Thank you, yes.
Winston,
That's
for
great.
bringing these beautiful ladies with this great project in
That's
mind.
right. And if you have any questions, you can call me 455-2648.
Okay, we'll be back with more of Living.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
An annual event started in 1939 will continue on August 20th through August 30th, 2014, when the World Grand Championship celebration will once again be held in Shelbyville, Tennessee at the Celebration Arena. Each year, people come from all over the world to contend for the coveted honor of being crowned World Grand Champion. From the wonderful flat shod to the exciting performance horse, they will fill the ring with the breed's best of the best. The celebration supports local charities, and this year they are asking everyone to come out and support the largest nonprofit event in Middle Tennessee and the 14 charities that depend on this event to fund their cause. Come out and be a part of a family tradition by showing your support to the 76th Annual Walking Horse National Celebration. For ticket and box seat information, call 931-684-5915.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's media day here at Tullahoma High School, and as you can see, the football team and the cheerleaders are all on the field, and individual pictures will be taken, and we'll get a roster for the year and pictures of all these lovely young ladies and gentlemen out here, and the coaches as well, as this is the kickoff to Tullahoma High School Wildcat football. We have Coach John Olive here with us, and before we get started here, Coach is going to tell us a little bit about the upcoming season. How are things coming together for you, Coach?
Well, we're real happy with our first group.
we've got a little bit of speed in that first group. They've been working pretty hard, had some really good practices, very few bad practices, and what we're looking for is trying to get some of these second guys to come on. We know that we're going to need some backups as we go through the season, and it's going to be hot on those first few Fridays, so it's very, very important for us that we find those backups. We're still obviously searching to find some offensive linemen, defensive linemen. That's going to be crucial to us.
How many kids do you have out this year, John?
We're at 48, I think, and we're down from last year. We were in the lower 50s. This year we're in the upper 40s, and freshmen were down, freshman-wise. We had a couple of those transfer to other schools. One with his father taking a job elsewhere, and one family moved out of our community. So our numbers are not what we'd like for them to be, and I've got to go back to doing a better job of recruiting the hallways.
Well, and you have a little bit more help as far as coaching staff this year, don't you?
We do. We have picked up Jimmy Cole, who worked as a volunteer assistant a couple of years ago, and then Devin DeLauder, who played for us there in the mid-90s, 95, 96, 97, has come back from Texas, and he will be handling quarterbacks. And then we also picked up Coy Sis, who's been a defensive coordinator at 3 different high schools here in the mid-state, and we have greatly improved our staff as far as experience, and picked up some really fine coaches that we had to replace a couple that we lost for undue circumstances.
There you go. Well, I know last year you were running kind of thin, and it sure makes it hard on the head coach to have to be making a lot of calls as well, and I'm happy for you to have those new folks. I noticed that there's a young lady on the field today. Give us a little bit of information on her.
Claire Reagan is a junior, and she's on the girls' soccer team. We're trying to share her with the girls' soccer, and she is trying to be a kicker. And she has been with us now for the last 3 weeks, and is a very consistent kicker, and be interesting to see. She might win the PAT job, point after touchdown job.
Well, that's great. That's a first for Tullahoma High School.
That is correct. First for us to have play on the varsity level.
There you go. Well, looking forward to a good season. As all football teams are always looking about a quarterback, do you have a couple of young men that are stepping up there and trying to figure out who that's going to be?
We feel pretty good about, we've got a junior, Eli Grove, and a sophomore, Chase Dixon, that are running neck and neck at quarterback. We feel good about both of them, that they've made good progress, and the biggest thing we're asking from them is keep the football with us and not give it to the other team.
There you go.
And if they can learn to do that, we're going to be all right.
Well, and it's good at the high school level as well to have a couple of young men like that who you feel good about, because injury's a big problem, and you never can tell throughout a season who you're going to be ending up with. So that you've got 2 that are working strong, that's a good thing.
Well, it is good, and these guys, I can't say enough about the extra time that they have put in at trying to improve themselves and make sure that they know what to do at quarterback. I feel like they'll do well this year. They're not going to be, we're not going to ask them to be superstars. We just need them to be consistent players for us. And on a night, if one of them's struggling, it'll be nice to have the other one you can put in. They'll both play quite a bit probably throughout the course of the season.
Very good. And skill positions are looking pretty good. Have some young men back with some speed and some ability to run the ball and catch the ball.
That is correct. We've got skill players that are back. We've lost a couple, one to an injury that had nothing to do with us this year. It actually happened last football season, and it got worse during this track season. So Chris Potts Howard We've lost him for probably the majority of the season, if not all the season, as he recuperates from his shoulder surgery, which is a significant blow. But we have Kason Buckner that's stepped up and doing a really good job. That was the one place where we could take a hit, was at receivers. We've got 6 or 7 receivers that can play and play well. The running back situation, Jonathan Stovall is back for his senior season. Chris House is backing him up. We're really a little thin right there. We drop all the way down to 2 sophomores after that. So, you know, we're a little thin in that area. We're real thin, though, in the offensive line, and we're real thin in the defensive line. And, I think we're further along defensively at finding 2 guys at every position to play than we are right now in the offensive line. Right, we got some injuries in the offensive line that have really set us back, and so we're scrambling a little bit there.
Well, I know, you know, you guys always, this staff, John Olive and his staff always find a way to find those young men that are willing to step up and make good things happen here in this stadium on Friday night. And we and all the fans are really looking forward to football season, Coach.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We got 4 out of the first 5 here at home. We'd love to get started off on a great note and have people excited when we come back off the road there in October to play Coffee County here at home.
It'll be great.
The top of my head.
All right, and this is the seniors. These are the seniors for Tullahoma High School Wildcat football, the players and the cheerleaders.
Not a fifth. Got to be doing the same thing, girls.
All right, this is the 2014 cheerleading squad right here. Tullahoma High School cheerleaders.
All
right, folks, this is the 2014 Tullahoma Wildcat varsity football team and coaches.
1, 2, 3.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows, 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo Fiend, Music Fan, Video Streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One of the neat things about doing the job that I do here is that, you know, you get to learn about some new things. And today I'm going to learn about something I know absolutely nothing about. So I hope this nice crew of young folks up here that are on stage with me will help me remember that. Megan Waters to my left, and tell us who else is with you today.
This is Derek Anderson and Hunter Green. We're 3 of the senior members on our Coffee County Claybuster team.
Mm-hmm. So, if I understand it correctly, you guys shoot guns and stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
And the scary thing about all this is they told me that Megan is as good as any of the guys. You know, now this could be scary, especially later in life. You know, so just keep that in mind, guys, if you end up married to Megan. So, no, seriously, I know that you. First of all, explain to us what it is you really do, what you guys are doing.
Well, most of us on the team, we shoot shotguns at clay pigeons that are usually about 60 yards away from us, and they move in different directions out of a house in the middle. And we have 5 different positions that we shoot them from, and the targets oscillate, so we never know where they're going to come out.
Oh, man. Now, that's got to be difficult, yeah. I would think, right?
And it's definitely an experience your first time out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so do you go to Tullahoma High School?
No, we go to Coffee County.
Coffee County High School. Okay. And so this is a school-sanctioned event that you guys do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. So how many people are on this team?
We have 26 members on our team.
Okay. And so is this something that you have to practice like every day? Or
we practice once a week.
Once a week. Okay. And I didn't even know this actually existed. And you've got patches on there that says distinguished expert, pro marksman.
That's something through the NRA that our
National Rifle Association.
Yes, sir. That our coach signs us up for, and it has to do with running 25 straights. How we shoot, it's divided up into 4 boxes or set of vents, and they're just 25 shells apiece. And if you run 25 straight so many times, that's what that qualification is for.
Okay. So, are you the only girl on the team?
No, we actually have 4 girls on the team.
Cool. Okay. So do you guys do things with guns outside of school? I mean, like hunt or anything like that, or are you just a sportsman?
Most of our members hunt a lot. I know Hunter hunts a ton.
Hunt a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So I would imagine if you're hunting with a shotgun, that this is pretty good practice for you guys, is it not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what is your practices like? You shoot a lot of shells, I would assume. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We usually shoot 50 when we go out for practice, and then usually every weekend we have a tournament that every time we go out for a tournament, we shoot 100 shells at a time.
Okay.
And our score is, however many we hit out of that 100.
Okay. And what would be considered really good? How many hits out of 100?
100.
For real?
Yes, sir. We all just went to our nationals, and all of us hit 100 while we were up there.
All 6 seniors. There's 6 seniors.
Yeah, there's 6 of us seniors.
And all 6 of them were able to do that. So
this is just unbelievable. You mean to tell me you didn't miss?
Yes, correct.
Oh my goodness! I'm telling you. Okay, and so you said that you guys were seniors. So I would guess you improve if you come in as a freshman, perhaps?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Actually, there are 2 middle school teams in Coffee County also, the Coffee County Middle School and Westwood Middle School. I was able to start in 7th grade, and they both started in 8th.
Oh, okay. So when you came to high school, you already had a pretty good idea of how this would work.
Absolutely.
We've still come a long way.
Yeah, we have come really far.
So how many out of 100 were you shooting when you first came in? maybe?
85. Yeah, we were mostly shooting in the 80s, but it's really normal to start shooting out even lower than that, 60s and stuff.
I remember my very first practice with the middle school, we only shot one box. So out of 25, I hit 5. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the reason I started trap was because my brother actually shot trap before I did, and I found it really interesting, and so I wanted to try it too, and I loved it. But I know his very first practice, he hit 2 out of his 25. So yeah, you always start out really low, but with practice.
So there's a good chance if I went out there and did this myself, I might not hit any, right?
There's a chance.
Yeah, okay. Because they're coming from different places and we don't know where they're coming from. I find that amazing, actually. I know you guys brought some other folks with you today. So let's get a camera on them and I'll let you guys introduce the other folks over there because they don't have a mic.
All right, Brent Williams. Wave or something, Brent.
There's Brent, okay.
No, you're not Brent. Okay. Brent, he'll be a senior this year. He's shot on mine and Derek's and Hunter's squad for past two years now. He's a phenomenal shooter. He's considered one in our junior category. And then we have Noah and Tanner and Colton who are on our sub-junior squad this year, and they won 3rd in the nation at our past shoot.
And it's kind of divided up into different categories.
The categories are by age, so they're the youngest category we have on our team. And then, what's his name? Tucker. In the middle, yeah.
I talked about the Westwood and middle school. He actually shoots for Westwood.
And he's in a younger division than the rest of them. He's one of our pre-subs, and
he actually placed individually.
Yeah, he placed individually at our nationals. He placed first pre-sub in the nation.
No kidding.
Yes.
All right. You know, and one of the neat things, and I don't know that we haven't talked enough about this, but tell us how you guys as a team finished in this tournament.
Well, just we shoot as squads, so there's 5 of us that shoot together, and then we get awards by our squads and we get awards individually. But our squad, that was me and Derek and Hunter, Brent, and Travis Dixon, we actually placed 3rd in the nation this year.
That is absolutely phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. 3rd in the entire nation. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I bet you guys have a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
I love it.
Unbelievable. I didn't even know. And this is trap shooting? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we learned something today. And we also learned that we got some pretty good kids in this county doing this kind of thing. Real quick, as you move on to college, is there other programs in college similar to this?
There's a lot of teams in college that shoot collegiately, and you can get scholarships to go. We actually have two shooters, 2 of our seniors that are going to shoot in college. They got a scholarship to go to Martin Methodist. Tyler Drake and Michaela Dixon got scholarships to go shoot for their team this next year.
Okay.
The rest of us didn't choose to shoot in college. We either didn't have schools that had the sport, or we just didn't want to pursue that and spend all the time. We were more worried about our academics. You know, we didn't know how well that would fall. So.
Yeah, that's probably a good plan. Probably a good plan. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for coming by here and enlightening me on what trap shooting. Sounds like a lot of fun, you know. You, however, don't think I'd be very good at it. Just study the game. No, really, seriously, congratulations on the 3rd place finish nationally. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
And, you know, great job, guys. All right, we'll be right back in a moment for more living right after this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel that the paint works, where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's charter tip: set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
You know, the last week or the first week of school, I forget exactly when it was, when the teachers came in and that was the week that Stan McNabb gave a car away to one of the teachers to use for a year. And Dr. Lawson made a speech to all of the teachers in the Tullahoma City school system that day. You know, there's a lot of discussion about Common Core and all the different ways, teaching to the test and all those things. I was very impressed with what Dr. Lawson had to say about what he thinks the Tullahoma City school system should be all about and how they should teach, and the things that he hoped that they would try to accomplish. And I thought it was impressive enough that I think you need to listen to it as well. Dan Lawson.
And I thought it would be important to spend just a couple of minutes this morning sharing my ideas as to what the expectations are of you. So I just wanted to share with you what I believe our mission truly is. It's pretty singular in focus. And that singular focus has been accountability. It has been, what do we do on a given test on one day in May? Accountability is important. Showing that we have provided return on the investment that the state and community makes is absolutely important. It's critical. But boys and girls, it's not the only thing that we ought to be about. It's not the only thing that we should be doing. I'll submit to you very quickly, there are 4 things that we ought to focus on. 4 things that your classroom ought to be about. 4 things that principals, your schools ought to be about. And 4 things that I should look at myself every morning in the mirror and say, this is what we ought to set about doing today. Here are those 4 things. The first thing I want you to focus on every single day with yourself and your classroom and your spouse and your kids at home and the kids you teach in Sunday school, I want you to focus on building character. Because I don't care if you're going to be a rocket scientist out at UTSI, or if you're going to work on a car for Trey, or if you're going to teach here or going to sweep floors here, I want you to be a young man and a young woman of character. When we graduate children from Tullahoma High School, I really want the first thing to be said about those children is that they have great character. They are young men and young women who will effectively and successfully lead our communities. That's not bubbled in MAG. That's a function of your behavior every day and my behavior every day as we model character. If I have a choice between competency on a TCAP score or developing young men and young women of character, folks, I want character every single day. The second thing I think we ought to look for is something that does align a little bit with TCAP, does align with end of course, does align with the times that we run as we're circling that track. And it's about competency. I want our impact on the children that we deal with to increase their competency in whatever we are helping them study. So I should expect that the young men and young women who are leaving the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program will become more competent as that semester ends about understanding military history, about understanding military protocol, about understanding our government. No, it's not an unreal expectation. That's what we ought to expect in our Marine Corps Junior ROTC program and in our first grade classroom. We ought to expect that our children become more competent every day. But guess what? It's not enough to have that expectation of our children and not work to become more competent as teachers every single day. It's not a reasonable expectation to say, I expect you to become more competent and I'm going to do the same thing that I've always done. As our children become more competent, I expect Tyler Hatfield to be more competent every single day. I expect Mickey Sharan to be more competent every single day. And ladies and gentlemen, I better model that competence by doing my homework every single day. So the second C that I'm looking for is competence. The third C that I'm looking for is a C that too often we underestimate the value of. But that's chemistry. I expect us to work in an environment that being next to someone, interacting with someone, dialoguing with someone, creates a better solution. I expect that as we have students working in groups, they develop skills of getting along and skills of understanding the value of others in the group. There are places for soloists. But in the school, this is an endeavor, this is an activity, and most workplaces are activities that expect choral work, that expect a whole bunch of people working cooperatively to come up with better solutions, better products, better ideas. As you think about activities that you are involved in to help your students implement activities that develop character, implement activities that develop competence, and don't forget to implement activities that develop their ability to create better chemistry and get along with others in their workplace, in their home, in their community, in their church. Don't underestimate the importance of chemistry. As we think about those 3 C's, it's pretty easy when everyone agrees with us to exhibit character. It's pretty easy to develop a sense of competence when we're on the same line with everyone And it's pretty easy for me to get along, for me to have good chemistry when folks agree with me. However, there are some times that we have to step up and go above and beyond. And the fourth C that I want you to focus on, and I want you to help lead our kids on, relates to courage. We live in a community that has done some tremendous things, but we live in a community that at times allows itself to be shouted down because a number of folks don't have sufficient courage to say, here's the right thing for us to do. Let's invest. Let's make this happen. Let's expend the right personnel resources to accomplish great things. In your classroom, you're going to have to behave with courage, and you're going to have to model that courage. In your schools, principals, you're going to have to lead with courage, and sometimes that's going to be telling your boss that he's wrong. He's heard that before. It's no big surprise, but behave with courage. I think if we think about our level of satisfaction as employees, because last year was tough, but if we really think about our level of satisfaction with it as employees, we shouldn't be thinking about a quick score that may or may not come out at some point in time. Instead, let's focus this year on 4 C's that have potential to change your kids' lives, change your life, and make our community everything that we expect it to be.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, we're back, John. And
did you learn something about trap shooting?
I learned
Jim?
about trap shooting today, which was kind of interesting. And these kids are good, apparently.
Well, the fact that that team was number 3 in the nation—that's
unbelievable. I'm telling you, and that they're shooting, they get 100 shots, and that they don't miss. Everybody that started on that was a starter on the team, they got them all. Nobody missed.
Well, you know, how do you end up third if you don't ever miss?
That's a good question. I should have asked that.
Oh me. Well, you know, it's just like we
maybe
always
you get style points or something. I don't know.
Style points.
Third's pretty good.
Third's pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
And we always have exciting and new things on this show. Glad that everybody was on today. Was good stuff, and I'm happy for Matt Thurman to be back home and working with Dr. Long. And remember Richard Smith and his wife at South Jackson on Thursday night, and George. Help George and his boys over in Manchester fill the boot.
Absolutely. Fill the boot for the Manchester Fire Department over there, which will help muscular dystrophy.
That's it.
We're out of time.
We're gone.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.